Okay guys, so we are in week 2 of Mohican, and I want to cover our first session here real quick. We're going to be working on our push press mainly today. That'll be our main strength focus, followed by a work capacity effort, and then we're going to finish up with a little bit of core and resilience work combined into a single circuit. Now, we're going to be working on push press today because we want to continue to develop the overhead strength. And whenever you're working push press, you have the benefit of being able to use your legs to generate power, and you're going to connect that power generated in your lower body into pushing power or overhead power in your upper body. The main purpose of working push press is to overload the shoulders because you're allowed to use your legs, and you get to work on developing power through the crux of any overhead movement, whether or not it be military press, push press, or a jerk. So we're going to be doing 8 rounds of 3 for the push press. Because we did not want to limit, there's not going to be any specified loading like we saw with a lot of last week's sessions. It's just going to be working difficult but doable today. And we're going to be working at a very low rep count, so you should be able to get to a relatively high theoretical percentage of your push press max had we won our MBIT. So expect to be a little bit heavier on this circuit today. Follow that up with our work capacity, where we're going to be working a count up circuit, 1 of each, 2 of each, 3 of each, all the way up to 10 for time. We want you to work through this as quickly as possible. That means you're going to be going at an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. Of course, anytime we have variable volume per round, there has to be an element of pacing in your work. So don't come out of the gate too strong on those first 5, 6, even 7 rounds, because you're not even halfway through until you're on that 7th round. So you have to have a sense of pacing at the beginning, understanding that because you're doing more work every round as you continue, then fatigue is going to mount, and you don't want to push it too hard early and then just be in pure survival mode later on the second half of this effort. We're going to be working a 25-meter shuttle or cows on the assault bike. So for round 1, you'll do 1 25-meter shuttle or 1 cow on the assault bike. You'll follow that up with 1 burpee and 1 Rick Sanchez. Now, the Rick Sanchez's can be unloaded or unloaded. We'll leave that up to you and your ability. A Rick Sanchez is a squat plus a squat jump. So keep that in mind. You'll have a single kettlebell or dumbbell held in front of you for the Rick Sanchez should you choose to load it. Again, you'll count up 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, so on up to 10. When you're done with that, we're going to knock out 4 rounds of 10 toes to sky, 10 EOs. For the EO, we want you walking across the ground rather than staying in the single position. That may seem like a trivial difference between those two, but one of the main purposes of EOs is to train your body to gain control over your hips using your lower abdomen. There is a quantifiable difference between that needed effort in walking across the ground and just staying in one place. So if you have the space to walk across the ground on your EOs here, we recommend that you do so. And then we're going to finish up with the Jane Fonda complex. It's been a little bit since we have done the Jane Fonda complex. So let's go over it real quick. The Jane Fonda complex consists of 4 different movements, each of which you're going to do 10 times in this circuit that we're prescribing today. You're going to do 10 leg lift, 10 knees to chest, 10 heel to butt, and 10 circles. For the leg lift, all you're going to do is simply lift your leg from the other leg that's on the ground 10 times, followed by 10 knee to chest. Just bring your knee to your chest or to your shoulder joint 10 times, and imagine that you're picking your knee up over a beach ball. 10 heel to butt. Imagine that you have a glass wall in front of your quad, so that you cannot bring your knee towards your chest anymore. Now you can only bring your heel to your butt. whenever you're doing this, you're going to have a split in your leg so that the heel to butt leg is going to be going back, but it's not going to be resting on the leg that is resting on the ground. Same thing whenever you're doing the knee to chest. Legs aren't going to be together, legs are going to be apart. Finally, for the circle, legs apart, and you're going to circle that top leg 10 times, imagining that you're circling it around a beach ball, just like you were lifting your knee over the beach ball whenever you're doing the knees to chest. Now, you're going to do one side per round, so you'll end up doing 2 rounds of this total, 2 on your right, 2 on your left. That's the session for today. It's a pretty comprehensive session. It's going to be a fun one. It's been a while since we've had a little bit of a longer work capacity effort like this, a count up design, but it's going to be a good mental check. Know what you're in for. Know that it's going to be a tough session. Not a big deal. Work through it 1 rep at a time, 1 round at a time. Call it a day.